This this is a good anime. This is the best spy anime I've ever seen, so far at least. If you don't know, I'll give a quick rundown. After a major terrorist attack, Japan has a secret spy organization that is used to take care of criminals and cover up any incidents. Because it's Japan, all the agents are 17-year-old Japanese high school girls. The beginning of episode 1 summarizes this anime pretty well.
優しくて温厚法治国家日本首都東京には危険などない社会を乱す者の存在を許してはならない存在していたことも許さない決して決して決して
Now, obviously, it's nothing unique or original that it brings to anime as a whole, but definitely the one thing that stood out to me was how good the pacing was. 1 second, they're cracking dumb jokes, being all cutesy and whatnot. Next minute, she pulls out a handgun and does some Matrix bullshit. None of it feels forced or out of place. You never leave an episode feeling like it was a waste of time or they could have done this or that better. Every episode definitely feels like tons of effort was poured forth into it. You'll also notice that this was animated by A1 Pictures, so its production value is super high, especially with one of the main characters that looks suspiciously like that girl from Hyoka. All characters are well developed, while still keeping in line with their own archetype. An example of this is the manga artist whose deadline is coming up, but she always pushes it off until the very last second. However, she still finds time to get together for game night with a bunch of other degenerates so that they can laugh and party the night away at this small cafe where they all like to gather to. That's just a side character that has less than 5 minutes of screen time, by the way. Now for the spy portion of the anime. It was just a spy anime finally done well. What I mean by that is comparatively to others, they're kind of dog shit. Typically when I watch spy anime, I hope that the action is amazing, the production is good so they don't skip out on some of the intense scenes, characters have depth, develop, and progress, and a plot that makes me think, oh, that's pretty cool, and combines that with good pacing. Well, spy anime in general has never really done well. The closest anime in Lycoris Recoil's vicinity, I'd say, would have to be Princess Principal. Pretty much 4 anime girls escorting assassinations and doing rescue missions, all to save their country from going to war or something. However, Princess Principal was more focused on the politics, and even when it wasn't, the regular banter between characters wasn't too exciting or really that interesting. There are other spy animes that I bet you've never heard of, like Phantom Aquarium or 009-1, both of which I do not recommend, due to 009 being centered on spy activities but focusing on the most mundane and boring parts of being a spy, and Phantom Aquarium, which was okay for the most part. However, the ending was pretty stupid but also completely understandable. And of course, there are exceptions such as Spy X Family, and I've already said my take on that. Other than that, possibly Darker Than Black. Darker Than Black was very action oriented and super cool to watch, but at the same time, it was drab, I guess. It was hard to get attached to characters because they just die instantaneously and you just never see them again. You could also compare it to older spy animes like Lupin the Third and Detective Conan. However, Lupin, I feel like, is a world-class criminal rather than a spy. He steals things for himself and never really for an organization or a country. And I feel like Lupin is also closer to a phantom thief category, or maybe its entirely own unique category, similar to Detective Conan, which obviously is a detective anime that kind of borderlines on the spy activity. Maybe I'm just splitting hairs now. There are also things like Psychopaths and Ghost in the Shell, which I think are similar to what I described in Lupin the Third. Some other things to note: not as many people watch this as I would have hoped. I think one of the reasons why I think people are turned off of this anime is most likely because of the cover art, When you're finding an anime you want to watch, the first thing you see is most likely the cover art. I mean, looking at it objectively, I'm not sure what to make of it. Possibly cute girls doing cute things, harem, maybe romance, yuri. You would never think its main tag is action unless you actually looked in the genre section. And as with any good anime, I really wish there was more. But then again, I'm totally fine with it being 13 episodes of compact fun and excitement. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some more isekai anime to watch.